The Hajj begins on Wednesday. The faithful are already arriving in the holy city of Mecca, and the large crowds are raising fears, though, about the spread of swine flu this year. 4 pilgrims have already died from the virus, although health officials stress that age and chronic conditions may have played a role here. The Hajj is the largest annual pilgrimage in the world. It is considered one of the 5 pillars of Islam. Islam requires all Muslims who are physically and financially able to make the pilgrimage at least once in their lives. Once there, pilgrims perform a series of rituals to unify themselves with other believers, absolve themselves of their sins, and pay tribute to God. The ultimate rite of passage during the Hajj is circling the Kaaba, considered by Muslims to be the spiritual center of the world, and is located in the middle of the main mosque in Mecca. Our next guest made the journey to Mecca just 2 years ago. Shelbayah went to the Hajj with her husband and her family and is here to tell us about the experience, and she's sharing with us some incredible pictures that she took. We want to show you the pictures of the Kaaba, which is like the most important part of this whole ritual. Tell us how it felt when you saw it for the first time.
It felt unbelievable. I mean, I felt like I was actually in a dream. I was looking forward to it. It's been many years and I wanted to go. And here we are walking. It's crowded. It's very busy. And I'm waiting, just entering the huge, large mosque, waiting to get to it. And finally I see this cube from very far away. It looks really tiny. You get closer and closer and I'm like, honey, wake me up, you know. He's like, it's real, wake up. He's been there before. And it was very touching.
How do you get to it? I mean, I was looking at the amount of people there, and you have one picture actually taken from above, which shows the amount of people that are jam-packed in there. So how is there sort of a line, or it's just like first come?
There is no line.
There's no line.
But, you know, with the circulation, because people are doing the tawaf, the circulation around the Kaaba, so you just kind of make your way, and you've got to be very patient. You've got to be very careful because you have elderly, you have young people, you have those who may be even on wheelchairs. And to me, that was very touching because here I am, you know, I'm young, I've got the physical ability, and so I had to be more cautious than those who couldn't even, you know, get around. So you just have to be very, very, very patient.
Now, you were just 24 when you made it. I usually think of people making this pilgrimage later on in their lives. Why did you decide to do it so early in your life?
Well, you know, I felt like it was the right time. That's one thing. Another thing is the financial situation. Making the journey to Hajj is very expensive, but it could also be a commitment in itself. My husband and I wanted to do it when we first got married, and it was just the right time, even though I had a 15-month-old baby. Left her home. Parents were there to take care of her, and it was just kind of like I was called upon to go ahead and perform it. And I knew I was young, so it makes it a lot easier, in my opinion.
And it is a grueling experience, the heat, the crowds.
Absolutely. It's very, very, very busy. It's very hot. I mean, and it's hotter than it really is because it's the desert, but you've got everybody there breathing very close. You don't have any personal space. Forget about that. That's out the door. And so you need to move around. You've got to do the circulation of the Kaaba, and you've got other rituals that you have to perform. So there's tons of walking, tons of waiting, tons of standing in the heat. And honestly, I don't know how I could do it if I was a lot older. I just don't know. And I was looking around me, and I saw the elderly. And to me, that was very touching because it didn't stop them. They still came, and they're still trying.
Let's talk about the spiritual part of it. How did it change you spiritually? What was the feeling like?
Well, I went in knowing that this is a duty. I mean, I went in knowing that this is an obligation. I want to get this obligation done. Once in a lifetime, right? And once I did get there, I didn't really know what to expect. I mean, I knew it was going to be busy. I knew it was going to be that connection between me and God. And that's what I got out of it. I went there. I felt like I was so focused just to communicate with God, and so focused also on the bonding with the humanity around me. I mean, everybody is on an equal platform. No matter what socioeconomic background they came from, no matter what culture, ethnicity, nationality, it didn't matter at that point. And so I felt so connected. I felt so humbled. And if I got anything out of it, it was definitely patience, and it was gratitude of all that I have.
That's a great way to end on this note. Thank you so much, Shelbayah, former Hajj pilgrim, 2007. Thank you for sharing this amazing experience and your pictures.
To
too much water and nowhere for it to go. The northern UK wants nothing